Hello, my name is Polly Schneider. I'm the Assistant Director of the Cheboygan Area Chamber of Commerce, and I'd like to welcome you to the 2020 State of the Community program. I'd like to begin by thanking our signature sponsors, Consumers Energy and Citizens National Bank, our supporting sponsors, Lindsay Vork Photography and North Central Michigan College, and our contributing sponsor, Williams Office Equipment. We greatly appreciate your generous support of the Chamber's programs and the community as a whole. Today, we have 4 presenters for you. County Administrator Jeff Lawson, Interim Main Street DDA Director Katie Dutchkowski, Cheboygan Area Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Scott Hersig, and Dr. David Finley, President of North Central Michigan College. First of all, before we begin our presentations, I would like to introduce you to the Cheboygan Area Chamber of Commerce President, Marianne Ridings.
Thanks, Polly. While this year has definitely presented challenges, more importantly, it's presented us opportunities to reimagine, recreate, and redesign how we function in the day-to-day, providing services and opportunities to over 350 member businesses and organizations. While how the Chamber functions may have changed, what we do has not. Our mission stands firm in that the Cheboygan Area Chamber of Commerce leads our community, an acronym highlighting leadership, engagement, advocacy, development, and support. We are proud and yet humbled to serve our community in such a profound way. There's an adage that says, "Society grows great when old men plant trees whose shade they know they shall never sit in." I personally like to add older women to that adage, and yet it remains true. So much of what we do has a direct impact with short-term rewards, but so much more of what we do lays the groundwork, plows the fields, and plants the seeds so that future generations may prosper. As we review the state of our current community, we can't thank you enough for coming alongside us and planting those seeds.
Hi, I'm Carlin Smith, Northern Michigan Community Affairs Manager for Consumers Energy. We're proud to be a sponsor of today's State of the Community event with the Cheboygan Area Chamber of Commerce. Our company is committed to helping Michigan's small businesses, nonprofits, and communities prosper in energy and beyond, now more than ever. In energy, we offer customized energy bill payment plans and personalized payment solutions to bridge the gap. Beyond energy, we found other ways to help. Since March, we have provided more than $4 million to Michigan's nonprofits to care for our communities during these difficult times. Here in the Cheboygan area, our foundation has supported organizations like the Lord's Kitchen Food Pantry of the Cheboygan Compassionate Ministries, the Salvation Army of Cheboygan County, and Northern Community Mental Health. We've donated more than $1.8 million to 9 organizations to provide a lifeline to small businesses across Michigan, focusing particularly on female and minority-owned businesses. Your Cheboygan Area Chamber of Commerce has been a great advocate for bringing resources to your community, and they've done an excellent job of keeping you abreast of rapidly changing executive orders and with all the different funding assistance resources. Thanks, Scott and Polly, for all the great work you've done this year. COVID-19's impacts are unprecedented, and we want to help you get through it. If your business needs help, please don't wait to contact us. By phone, call our business center at 800-805-0490 to discuss customized energy bill payment plans and other consumers' energy offerings. Online, visit consumersenergy.com/business to link directly to the Small Business Survival Toolkit and other assistance. Through all of this, Consumers Energy is still focused on building a clean energy future for Michigan. As we begin returning to a new normal, consider participating in programs designed to save energy and money. Energy efficiency rebates and customized programs can reduce your energy use and lower your bill. Demand response programs tailored to your business reward you for using energy at just the right times. And we're also taking time to hear from you, our customers. We've been conducting virtual open houses to discuss our clean energy plan. Our next online open houses are October 13th and November 10th at MyCleanEnergy, that's MICleanEnergy.com. In closing, we're here to help you navigate these uncertain times. As Michigan reopens, Consumers Energy looks forward to seeing you out and about in the community. To be safe, we will continue to follow guidelines recommended by the CDC, including social distancing and wearing masks. Please stay safe and healthy for yourselves, your families, and your customers. We look forward to continuing to do great things together to ensure your success. Thank you so much.
Welcome to Citizens National Bank. I'm excited about this opportunity to get together with our Chamber of Commerce. A lot of businesses are finding the challenges in today's economy, but we're also finding that there is really amazing philanthropy taking place in our area. And I know that one of the places that is working very hard to combine both is our local Chamber of Commerce. So on behalf of Citizens National Bank, I want to help continue the support, your support of our community, and want to present you with this $5,000 check to be used towards that effort. So thank you for all you do to support the Cheboygan area and the Chamber and the businesses in it.
Well, thank you very much. Like we said in the promotion for the State of the Community event, Citizens National Bank is a great partner with the Chamber of Commerce here in Cheboygan. This check will go a long way to helping us continue to do our operations and like you said, help those business community members to thrive and hopefully grow a little bit in this COVID environment. We really appreciate the support. This will go a long way. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. We appreciate all you do for our community.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Jeff Lawson, Cheboygan County Administrator. I'd like to thank the Chamber for giving me the opportunity to give a status update of county activities. Before I talk about a couple of issues there, I wanted to just review quickly our county vision mission statement. So I'm going to read that quickly. Cheboygan County's mission statement is to efficiently provide public service with pride and in an ethical and courteous manner through responsible management of county resources. So the reason I read that is the County Board of Commissioners meet each year at a work session to develop goals and policies for the county. And each department within the county works to carry those mission and vision statement out. So a lot of times we get questions of what types of agencies we have at the county level. We have 17 different departments in the county. So the easiest way to see where the county departments are at or answer a question is go to our website at www.cheboygancounty.net. Now we also get questions. We work with a lot of partner agencies, and so one area we work with is the Cheboygan County Road Commission. The Road Commission is actually a separate agency, and a lot of times we get questions about their projects, so we'll refer those project questions to the Road Commission. Other partner agencies we work with, of course, are the Community Mental Health, District Health Department number 4, Animal Shelter, and the airport, MSU Extension, just to name a few. So again, for more information, go to our website or give us a call there at the county building and we'll get you the proper information. For a COVID-19 update, I'd like to give an update, some statistics from the county health department. Right now in the county, we currently have 73 confirmed cases. In Cheboygan County, we have 60 people that recovered, and unfortunately we've had 2 deaths. So the county's response to COVID-19 began in March of this year, and a lot of our coordination has gone through the Sheriff's Department and our emergency management staff. So our emergency management staff works with the state of Michigan and also with the District Health Department to distribute over 89,000 items of personal protection equipment throughout the county here since March. So those have gone to medical care facilities, medical facilities in the county, and also first responder agencies. We also serve as the regional hub covering the counties of Otsego County, Emmett County, Crawford County, and Charlevoix County as the regional distribution hub of PPE. And since March, we've distributed over 326,000 items of PPE in those areas. Some other coordination, we've worked with the health department and the state of Michigan for testing sites. We had a testing site here run by the Michigan National Guard a few days ago here in Cheboygan, and then early in the summer in Mackinac City. Now, there's weekly testing provided at the fairgrounds that's handled by Alcona Health, and if you want to schedule testing there, you have to go through your primary care provider to get clearance and appointment to go over to the center. We expect that to run through January. So again, if you're looking for information related to COVID-19, best site to visit is the District Health Department number 4 site. That's dhd4.org, and they have links to statistics and also resources for testing. So at this time, I'd like to talk a little bit about economic development initiatives in the county. The county works with several partner agencies, not only the Chamber of Commerce, but Northern Lakes Economic Alliance, the Regional Council of Governments out of Gaylord for economic development initiatives. So recently, the Board of Commissioners reactivated our EDC, and the chair of the EDC is Ms. Sharon Lang. Our vice chair is Mr. Jim Granger. There's 9 members on our EDC. The Board of Commissioners will be appointing a couple new members here over the next month. And one of the primary initiatives of the EDC is to help with broadband expansion in the county. So at this time, we're working with a group called Connect Michigan, and Connect Michigan is working with the state of Michigan, the MEDC, to have surveys go out through areas of the state that are underserved. So here in Cheboygan County, we have areas of the county that have a lot of access to broadband, and then of course other areas that have no access at all. So what we want to do with the survey is send this out through our partner agencies such as the Chamber, school districts, other organizations, to get this information back, to provide to Connect Michigan, to provide to contractors who are looking to invest in Cheboygan County as far as broadband. So we know right now USDA is offering grant funding, and we have some companies that have applied for this grant funding to expand broadband within the county. So we're hoping with this new information and their investment in the county that broadband services will increase in the future and will help close some of that gap. And as we know in these times with COVID, broadband's been even more important in our daily lives. Another issue or initiative under economic development is our planning and zoning activity. Now, county zoning covers all areas of the county except the city of Cheboygan, village of Mackinac City, village of Wolverine, and Burt Township. So any other areas in the county, our zoning ordinance applies. And so some things that the Planning Commission and the Board of Commissioners have been working on are to pass some regulations that give more flexibilities to business. So during COVID-19, earlier in the spring, the Board of Commissioners approved regulation that allow flexibility for more outdoor sales and displays by businesses throughout the county, additional signage. And so that gave the flexibility for businesses if they needed to move outside for social distancing to do so. And those regulations will actually carry through 2021 season. So some other ordinance changes we've also had were associated with extension of times of permits. Again, with the delays due to COVID, but even in the past with just trying to put a project together, the board thought it was a good policy to extend the time for extensions of permits. So our zoning permits go from a 6-month time period when you could start a project to up to 1 year, and our special use permits up to 3 years. A project you might have heard of in the last few weeks is the Orion Solar Project. That was approved by the Planning Commission by a special use permit. And this project is a solar utility grade project that has up to 91 megawatts. So 91 megawatts can serve a total build out about 59,000 homes. So this again is a utility grade project. Our ordinance allows projects in the utility grade or for individual businesses all the way down to your home if you want to put solar on your home. So our ordinances cover all areas, and this project will be a large project that the developer can move forward with. It's been indicated from Orion that they're looking to begin construction in 2022. And then I'd like to finish up by talking about some capital improvement projects. Our main project here for next year will be the Marina Improvement Project. So our marina was built in 1990, and we're scheduled to replace our fuel tank system and dock system at the marina. It's estimated at $1.1 million. We received 50% of the funding from the State of Michigan Waterways Commission, and the other 50% will come from Cheboygan County. So right now we have the project out for bid. We'll open bids approximately October 23rd and look to award the project in November. We're expecting that construction will begin next spring and finish up by next fall. So the project consists of removing 2 of our tanks right now, which are 6,000 gallon tanks, replacing with 10,000 gallon tanks for fuel and regular fuel, diesel, and also replacing our fuel dock building and building a new fixed dock where boats can come in off the river and refuel and easily get back into the river or out on the lakes. So we look again for that project to begin in the spring and finish up by next fall. Another large project we've been working on is in conjunction with the Central Dispatch. Cheboygan County is in a 3-county area for Central Dispatch, and our project that we have is upgrade to our 800 radio system. This upgrade will provide new radios to all first responders. We'll update all the antenna sites within the county, and our cost for that project is approximately $2.5 million. The total on 3-county area is approximately $10,000. So we're hoping to finish that project up in 2021 and provide the best communication service for our first responders. So I'd like to thank the Cheboygan Area Chamber of Commerce for the opportunity to provide these updates, and we look forward to seeing you in person in the future.
Hi Cheboygan, I'm Katie Deshkowski, Interim Director for the Cheboygan Main Street Downtown Development. As we continue to learn and grow in our first year as a select level Michigan Main Street community, our theme has been Momentum on Main Street. The Michigan Main Street program really highlights the power of small. In a small community, small improvements, small investments, and small projects all add up to a big improvement downtown. As you can see here at Festival Square, we made some great improvements already. In response to COVID-19 earlier this spring, we developed We Are Open posters with a generous donation from the Cheboygan Rotary Foundation. These posters were part of our Support Local Safely campaign, and they were printed through Straits Area Printing to support a local business and then displayed through a variety of businesses downtown to provide a unified message of Support Local Safely. As another part of our Support Local Safely campaign, we installed 4 hand sanitizer stations here at Festival Square. We encourage the community to think of Festival Square as an extension of downtown businesses. Pick up takeout from your favorite restaurant and bring it down here. Enjoy your favorite meal in the outdoors in the beautiful fresh air. Another one of the improvements here at Festival Square has been the addition of these 12 beautiful new planters. Currently they're filled with mums, and we will keep all these planters year-round and replace them with seasonal greenery and flowers. A big improvement behind the scenes this summer has been the creation of our Main Street DDA design guidelines. This resource packet is available on the Cheboygan website and is available to anyone who is interested in making building improvements or renovations in the DDA district. While these are only guidelines, they serve as a comprehensive guide to understanding our community's vision for the future of our downtown. Main Street DDA design guidelines will help preserve and create a cohesive character throughout our downtown and clarify our community's expectations for further development. As you know, we all love our green space in northern Michigan. And to go green in downtown, we've added 4 new recycling bins. There's one here at Festival Square, in Water Street, at the Washington Park, and in between Alice's and the Big Dipper. We have some awesome volunteers who have volunteered to sort and track the recycling, and if this program is successful, we hope to add additional bins in the spring. We hope you'll join us downtown this October for our first annual Scarecrow Stroll. Stroll the streets of downtown, vote on your favorite scarecrow, and fall in love with downtown. If you've noticed all the little improvements to downtown recently, that's thanks to Andy Johnston. He's our new beautification specialist, and he'll be here focusing on all the little details that keep downtown tidy, safe, and welcoming for everyone to enjoy. This summer, we used local artwork to create Cheboygan Main Street DDA merchandise. We created totes and shirts to help support our downtown. While this was a fundraiser for the DDA, it also served as a way to encourage people to come downtown and support local businesses. Continue to come downtown this fall and use your tote or shirt to receive local discounts at many partnering businesses. Thanks to another local business, Steema Welding, our informational kiosks have been updated with beautiful new galvanized steel panels. These kiosks display not only local artwork, but event announcements and maps. Maps are one of the projects that our outreach committee worked on this summer. These downtown maps are available at all the local kiosks and in businesses throughout downtown Cheboygan. Just take one with you and you'll be on your way to visiting all the great restaurants and shops that we have downtown. Whether you've lived here all your life or were just visiting the area, I hope you were able to use our summer passport this summer to explore all the beautiful treasures that our little town has to offer. With highlights like the Children's Trail, the Crib Lighthouse, and Festival Square, there are so many things to see downtown. Another way that we've been focusing on downtown this summer is through positive social media. Please follow us on Facebook at Downtown Cheboygan or on Instagram at Cheboygan Main Street DDA. We really try to focus on all the wonderful things that are happening. It's fun to celebrate the little wins. Community vibrancy improves quality of life, helps attract and retain workforce, and builds community pride. In September, the Main Street DDA awarded $500 Vibrancy Micro Grants to Williams Office Equipment, The Coop, the Queen's Head, Life Balance Acupuncture and Herbs, and National Office Supply to help them complete small projects that will bring increased vibrancy to our downtown and hopefully inspire others. Another way the Main Street DDA gives back are through local facade grants. If you're looking to give your business a facelift, a $1,000 facade grant from the Main Street DDA can be there to help. These grants are offered yearly on a first-come, first-served basis, and $4,000 has been budgeted each year for this program. If you're looking to better get to know your local business owners, join us at the next Downtown Main Street DDA Business Roundtable. Our first event was hosted in July at the Queen's Head PLP, and we talked about momentum on Main Street. Look forward to our next event, which we hope to host quarterly. So as you can see, momentum is everywhere on Main Street. So come downtown and enjoy the fun.
Hello, Cheboygan. My name is Scott Hersig. I'm the Executive Director of the Cheboygan Area Chamber of Commerce. Normally every year I'm able to give a little speech and presentation and update the community on what the Chamber of Commerce is doing at our annual awards dinner. But because COVID kind of messed up some plans this year, that didn't happen. So wanted to take the opportunity now as part of the State of the Community to give you some updates as to what the state of the Chamber of Commerce is. So, last year, ending 2019, was actually our third straight year with growth for the Chamber of Commerce. We ended last year with 355 members registered with the Chamber of Commerce. We also had a better than 90% retention rate. That is the best retention rate that we had in 4 years and well above the recommended levels from the state chamber and the national chamber and things. So membership wise, the Cheboygan Chamber was very, very strong ending up 2019. Also in 19, we were able to grow our staff and added on a third person. That was really helping us really get some good traction and be able to kind of diversify our staff's specialties and start to get into some areas of benefit to you that we had not been able to explore before. To increase our exposure and to increase the exposure of the Cheboygan area, you know, we have a good solid partnership with the Cheboygan Area Visitors Bureau. And this last year, that manifested itself in an ability to bring fishing legend, I guess you could say, Mark Martin, to the area for an ice fishing school and kind of introduce the fishing community, maybe not introduce, but more spotlight what Cheboygan area has as far as ice fishing, and really try and draw some more business in our direction in the winter months. It's been 2 years when we've been able to do that now. We did it first in 19 and then again here in 2020. That has been a very successful program for us, and we're looking forward to doing it again here this next year, we hope. Also in 2019, we were able to start a Connecting Women in Business program. Maybe some of you had an opportunity to participate in that. I think that was a fantastic idea and program. Polly headed that up, obviously with a good group of volunteers to put that together. And we're excited to see how that might develop here in the future. I think it's an important part of our programming for the Chamber. We are extremely proud of Cheboygan hosting the Coast Guard Cutter Mackinac here in town, and we were able to help the Coast Guard celebrate 75 years in Cheboygan this last year with a special recognition ceremony that we hosted and produced as part of the Michigan Waterways Festival. Also in 2019, we started some programs, Make the Most of Your Membership classes, and We Care Wednesday visits. So what we tried to do is try to get out and see as many members as possible on Wednesdays. Maybe some of you got those visits, and just make sure that we've got some good lines of communication open so that we know what you need as a community for us to be working on. We ended the year 2019 with very healthy financials and began a really well thought out reserve strategy for what if scenarios. We had no idea at the time how important that would be coming into 2020 here, but really glad that the board had the foresight to do that, and we were able to put those dollars away to be ready for the unexpected, like what happened here in 2020. We were also recognized by the Michigan Association of Chamber Professionals as one of the top 3 small chambers in the entire state of Michigan. If you remember, a couple years ago we were rated as the #1 chamber. Our board of directors and staff is committed every year to filling out that application and making sure that our programming is in keeping with those standards set by that organization for what a quality chamber is supposed to be. So you can't win every year, but we were definitely in the mix this last year, and we're pretty proud of that and plan to stay that way going forward. I was also very humbled to be recognized as a Michigan Chamber professional. My colleague Carlin Smith over at the Petoskey Chamber had nominated me, and I was selected for that designation. So I'm very flattered and grateful for that. Chambers of Commerce are charged just by how they are created and organized and how they're chartered to be the knowledge centers and information brokers for their community. So that's what we did. When we couldn't have events, our 3 largest events, the awards dinner, the Business Expo, and the Michigan Waterways Festival all went out the window and were canceled when COVID hit. But what we could still do was make sure that our community, that you as our members, had the information that you needed to still operate your businesses in whatever form that may have needed to be for you. So we did a couple of things and started out a special COVID newsletter. I know early on it seemed like we were sending out stuff almost every day. We kind of got into more of a pattern that we were sending that out on Tuesday and then sending out our regular newsletter on Thursday. And the whole purpose of that was to make sure that we were getting the information from the state agencies, the national agencies, out to you in a good way. Got a lot of good feedback on that newsletter from many of you, and we thank you for that. Glad to know you guys are reading our stuff. We also tried to do some chamber check-ins for members, and we had some varying success with that. Those members that were able to sign on to the Zoom meetings that we had for those chamber check-ins, I think they got some good stuff out of it. We know, though, that many people had concerns for their businesses that did not allow them to be able to take the time to do that. We recognize that, but we thought it was important that we have those forums available for members, and there were non-members that signed on too, to ask questions and make sure that we had the right information for everybody. We did also host some topical webinars from some experts that the Michigan Chamber provided us, and a couple other sources to make sure that we had the right information out to the Cheboygan community. We were very active in advocating for Cheboygan County businesses, and not just city of Cheboygan, but all over the county, to get financial aid from the government entities that were putting that out. We were very involved in that. A lot of that work was behind the scenes, and many people did not realize that we were involved in that, but we thought it was extremely important to step up and make sure that Cheboygan had a voice in many of those forums. And so we were able to provide that voice and get some of those funding dollars coming back here to Cheboygan. We also hosted several roundtable discussions with other chambers of commerce, with local leaders, just to make sure that we were all, those of us all in leadership positions around northern Michigan or here in the Cheboygan area, we were all kind of staying on the same page. That in a situation like this, that's extremely important, and we were able to do that through the magic of Zoom, as many of you, were using Zoom in your own businesses too. The personal protective equipment, we were able to get some hand sanitizer. We were able to get some masks. Many of those we were helped to get those by members who had contacts with that. So we appreciate that assistance during that time. We were able to get those products here in the office and then distribute them out to members that needed them. We received some fantastic, outstanding support from a lot of different entities. Entities that knew what we were doing, some of it behind the scenes, and knew that because of our events being canceled, that our budget was just going to be really wrecked this year. So the Cheboygan County Community Foundation, the Michigan Economic Development Corporation, with the help of Target Alpena, were some of the entities that really helped us kind of get over the hump and get some dollars, some cash flow happening, so we can continue our operations. Also, our members really stepped up and showed us that they appreciated what we were doing, what we were working on. First and foremost, just through their renewal of their membership, that gives us a lot of confidence. Our Gold Fund members, those are members that have given an extra $100 above their normal dues rate for us to use for chamber operations and things, and we're extremely appreciative of that. Also, the sponsorships, those events that were able to, or still are able to happen, our sponsors were able to participate in those and route some dollars our way to allow those things to go on. We've got some fantastic sponsors that have helped put on this event, and we're extremely appreciative of those. All those dollars help us to continue to do the things that our chambers of commerce are supposed to do. So this year so far, 2020, We have had 20 new members join the Chamber of Commerce so far this year. That's fantastic. We're looking at a 95% retention rate so far of people renewing, and we're excited and thrilled about that. I mentioned before that we had put some money aside. Our financials, with that money put aside, with the support that we got from those entities I mentioned earlier, our financials are pretty healthy and are able to, we believe, we've projected out, able to maintain and sustain us into 2021, hopefully when the world gets a little bit back to normal. Our awards program, the Chamber Awards Dinner, like I mentioned earlier, was canceled. Those individuals who were nominated for those awards and those individuals who are going to receive those awards, these are people that need to be thanked. I've always said that our awards dinner is a place to thank people for their involvement in Cheboygan. We are in the process right now of taping those award presentations. Schedules are a little bit creative these days, so we've kind of been stretching those tapings out over the last couple of weeks, and we're going to be releasing that video soon. So stay tuned for that to see who received those awards this year. So one more quick announcement before I wrap up here. Invest Cheboygan County has been a fantastic event the last several years. There is not going to be one this year, but we are planning for 2021. So if there are entrepreneurs out there that are listening, make sure you connect with us and find out how you can get involved in that. So like I said, we're getting ready for 2021, as many of you are. Things are going to be different. We're looking at some more business development opportunities, some topical discussions. We'll have events, but they'll be virtual primarily. So stay tuned for all those updates and things. The last thing, and then I will sign off. I am proud to announce that our chamber office is going to be open back up to the public on Monday, October 5th. And we've got all the right protective things in place, and so we're looking forward to having people back in the lobby. So thank you very much, and have a great rest of your day.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. David Rowland Finley, President of North Central Michigan College. It's my pleasure to be here today as part of the Cheboygan State of the Community event, virtual this year. What a great community. A quick story or two I want to share. On my drive over here, I'm relatively new in my role and had a chance to drive over on Burt Lake Road, discovering new things in northern Michigan. This is such an amazing place. Lifelong friend since the late 80s is going to be retiring, moving up here on the Burt River, and about 3 weeks ago got to go cruising on the Cheboygan River out to Mullet Lake. We are so blessed to live in this area. With that, I want to tell you a little bit about what's happening at North Central Michigan College, in particular as it connects to Cheboygan. And so we'll go ahead and get started. The novel coronavirus has certainly affected all aspects of society and the economy. Colleges, too, are wrestling with an ever-changing landscape so as to meet the evolving educational needs of our students and resident communities. So, good news. Thanks to a higher percentage of students enrolling from outside Emmett County, students attending four-year universities opting to take classes closer to home, and students taking more credit hours per person, North Central is showing about a 1% increase in tuition revenue from last year. Many of the state's other colleges and universities are reporting drops in fall enrollment of 5 or 10%, and a few as much as 20%. This is important because enrollment is one of the key drivers of revenue for community colleges. At North Central, tuition revenue makes up approximately 40% of the operating budget, and it means we can do what we set out to do at the start of the year. Other great things are also happening at North Central. Our academic programs, areas like nursing, English, and manufacturing continue to receive both state and national recognition. Our nursing program is currently ranked 4th out of all 62 offered in the state, both colleges and universities. This is based upon the NCLEX nursing licensure pass rate. The program was recently approved to admit up to 64 students each year, an increase of 40%. We've also acquired a new wireless pediatric, think newborn, simulator to add to our arsenal of impressive laboratory equipment. Recently purchased virtual simulation software, vSim, guarantees that our nursing students will be able to complete their clinicals even if instruction returns online during the pandemic. The college has also resumed its on-site national licensing practical exam for EMS paramedics and specialists. This is helping to ease a COVID-related backlog that delayed candidates' certification and eventual licensure for several months during the height of the pandemic. So as one of only 4 testing sites authorized in the state of Michigan, North Central's participation was critical in getting trained EMS paramedics and specialists back out of the field. We're also excited, I'm particularly excited, North Central is in the middle of an extensive renovation to its main classroom building, a $7.4 million construction project designed to provide our students with an engaging learning environment and the tools and technology to prepare them for the challenges of a dynamic, creative, entrepreneurial, and increasingly digital world. This project, the renovation, is part of a larger campus master plan. This designed to position North Central for change over the next decade. The college worked with a planning firm, hosted a series of internal and external stakeholder presentations to pinpoint how exactly to cement its role as Northern Michigan's first choice for higher education. With that, we're also excited about Futures for Frontliners. North Central is serving as a champion to support Governor Gretchen Whitmer's Futures for Frontliners program, which offers Michiganders who worked in essential industries during the April 1st through June 30 period, right, the second quarter of the year, but who do not have a college degree, free tuition to their local community college to pursue an associate degree or a skills certificate on either a full-time or part-time basis while they continue to work. Okay, connecting to Cheboygan. We have a new lifelong learning club. It was created by the college's Corporate and Community Education Department, we call it CCE, through a partnership with the University of Utah. CCE is offering over 100 diverse online, and I'm excited about more and more fiber going in the ground in our region, classes taught by qualified instructors from across the country. On the fun side, our newly established club athletic teams, sports teams, are competing again. The cross-country team has 3 intercollegiate events on the schedule this fall. Downhill skiing is planned again for this winter, with another exciting offering to be announced soon. So stay in touch. We're so pleased. I mentioned the online learning. We're also very pleased to continue to serve the Cheboygan and surrounding area with the Straits Area Educational Center. We've been at that now for decades and don't intend to stop. We're here and invested in this community. North Central intends to attain its new vision to be the first choice for higher education by empowering all of us, this is the vision, all of us, to achieve more than we believe possible. Focused determination towards this vision will enable everyone in our region to not only survive, but thrive during these unprecedented times, to emerge stronger, more resilient and robust, inspiring others along the way. Thanks once again for allowing me to be a part of the Cheboygan State of the Community event this year. Thanks.
I'd like to thank you for watching our 2020 State of the Community program, and I'd also like to let you know that we have a digital booklet available for your viewing on Cheboygan.com or by following this link, and it is full of reports from community partners, nonprofit organizations, municipalities, the Chamber of Commerce, economic development groups, and it all updates you on what's happening in the Cheboygan area. Once again, thank you very much, and we look forward to our 2021 State of the Community program.